Sharing with Yemi. This is Yemi Adenuga. And today is our Business Thursday. I hope you've had a really good day. Yes, you've been at home. Well, I hope you've been at home. And if you've gone out, I hope that you've had a good day. And if you've gone out, I hope it's been for shopping or that you're a frontliner and that your day has been good every which way. If you're a frontliner, well done. Thank you. We appreciate you. We put our hands together for you. If you were with us yesterday, we saw what the guys in France are doing on a daily basis. They come out at about 8 p.m. French time and they applaud all our frontliners. So I'm applauding you all if you're a frontliner. Thank you so much for the great work that you're doing in keeping everyone healthy and keeping us safe. So we play our role, we play our part in staying home and staying safe. So thank you for joining me and Sharing with Yemi today. We've got just about a minute and a half to kick off officially, formally, as it were. So wherever you are, say hello. I can see Rabban. Rabban, thank you. It's great to see you. You're the first person I'm seeing jumping on board today. I am great, Rabban. Hello, Yemi, Rabban says. How are you today? I hope you're keeping well. It's good to see you. How is everyone in, let me remember where you're from, Uganda? How is everyone? I trust everybody's doing good. Tell me what your day has been like. I hope it's been really good. Mine has been beautiful. It's been very colorful. And I am super excited today because we're going to be talking colors, beautiful colors, but in a way that will keep you busy, perhaps in the next few days. I've got great guests coming. I'm so excited. Great guests coming on today. So everyone's linking in. Nassar, thank you. It's great to have you here. Great to have you here. Oh, Nassar says, remind me of 1999-2000, Sharing with Yemi. Oh my goodness. Wow. You've been following Sharing with Yemi for forever. Sharing with Yemi ran on TV from 1996 to, I don't remember. Anyway, great to see you here. Thank you so much. Gladys, it's good to see you. Faith, it's good to see you. Okay, it's good to see you. Well, people are checking in already. Thank you so much. Lovely to have you all here today. So if you're just joining in, this is Yemi Adenuga and welcoming you to Sharing with Yemi. Today, our Business Thursday. And today we're going to be talking about something that you might likely get interested in, something that you actually do all the time already, but perhaps have never considered it a business possibility, a business initiative, a business idea. So I've got gurus in the house today who are going to be sharing of their expertise with us, and perhaps it might inspire you to do something different, different from the way you've always done it before. So I want you to join me to welcome my first guest on the show today. Before I welcome him, if you're wondering what we're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about photography and how we can use photography to inspire something new and something different and something fresh, especially in this COVID lockdown. So my first guest is joining us all the way from New Zealand. My first guest is a lecturer in New Zealand. He's doing amazingly well, and he is a photographer as well. Welcome, Paul Adewumi from New Zealand. Hi, Paul.
Hello, how are you? It's nice to be here.
I'm great. It's great to see you. Thank you for joining me on Sharing with Yemi today. So tell us about Paul. Paul is a lecturer, yes?
Yeah, I'm a postdoctoral fellow at the University of Auckland at the Department of Geology. So I would call myself a geologist, and I love photography.
Yes. Paul, you make us feel like we didn't go to school. Geologist. My goodness. So tell me, what's the connection between geology and photography? How did you get interested in photography?
Well, there is an expert area of geology called photogeology, where people use photos to study geology. Another area is that we could look at is remote sensing or GIS, information, where we also look at photos to interpret geological features. but I am not a photogeologist. Well, I
Okay.
am more of a computational geologist. So I use computers to solve geological
Yeah.
problems. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. As we're watching here, I just showed one of your pictures there. That's quite interesting. That's really beautiful. Tell me what
Yeah.
kind of pictures you take.
My focus more, I love landscapes mostly and animals. Yeah, and I take plants too.
Oh, isn't that so cute? That is so beautiful. That is like an Easter bunny.
Yes, yeah. Unfortunately, I came across this bunny. Was it 2 or 3 days ago after Easter, basically? And I
Oh,
was
wow.
just taking a walk, and I came across it. I was like, and I took a photo of it. Yeah.
That is so cute. And this is another one of your pictures. Let me see if we can show one more picture of yours there now. Beautiful ones that you take. Yeah, you said you like landscapes. Let me see. I think I found one earlier on. If I can find it now. Yeah, I probably will show it later on. But I
Okay.
mean, that's your interest. Why did you take specific interest in that genre? Is it genre you guys will call it as well now of photography?
Well, it all started over a year ago
Hmm.
for me, where um I was just taking a walk. When I take long walks in the evenings after in the evening. So this day I just stopped, and within me I just saw a lot of it was late at night, so
Mm.
basically everywhere was dark. And inside of me I just felt I should take a photo. It was strange. So I picked up my phone, took the photo, looked at it, and was like, this is really beautiful. Then it occurred to me that I'm a Christian, and that in the book of Psalms 23, 25 says, he puts a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And the
Mm.
way I interpreted it was God saying, focus more on the table than what is around you.
Oh, wow.
And that basically changed.
Your perception. Okay, so we're gonna have Paul back there now. Paul just kind of knocked off, but it's gonna be back. And Paul's pictures are absolutely amazing. There's a question here. Somebody had asked, did the bunny pose for you? That is interesting. We'll ask Paul when he gets back. This is another beautiful picture of Paul's. It's just these are fantastic pictures. So while we await Paul to get back, I'm going to introduce my second guest. And this is a beautiful lady who takes totally amazing pictures. I can attest to that because I've seen her works, and I have to say she's made me look beautiful a couple of times as well. So it's my honor and pleasure. Please welcome, joining me and sharing with Yemi today, Marta Nash. Hi, Marta.
Hi, Yemi. How are you?
Good,
Thanks
thank
for
you. It's
having
great to
me.
have you. Great to have you on sharing with Yemi. Oh, Marta, like Paul, you take the most amazing pictures. So tell us, who is Marta?
Well, I'm a photographer.
Yes.
I originally started photographing. It was kind of an experiment. This is back in 1997, I would say, and an experiment meaning this is way before digital.
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually over here. This little guy over here. I don't know if you can see it. It film camera.
Okay.
And the experiment basically was whatever I saw, I was very, very eager to see how it would come out. And it kind of made me learn about things, how I could control. And it was just a big giant experiment. 20 years later, it's still an experiment.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So in a way,
It's been a journey.
it became your passion. Just something you experimented with became your passion.
It has. It has.
Oh, wow. We're looking at some of your pictures here, and uh, it feels like you like to express certain feelings with the pictures you take. Am I right in saying that?
You would say that kind of my inspiration is led by intuition, But I think it's also the intuition. It's I don't know who I'm going to work with. It's now all the people that you see in the photographs are local people. They're non-models. They're all average. We're all the same, and they just, we come in and we just work together. So we don't really know what to expect. So it's kind of intuition, I think, and mood on the day, and then it's a ride. It's kind of like it's like jazz music. I love jazz improvisation. That's what it is. It's just improvisation and led by intuition and mood, I think.
Oh wow, incredible. Wow, that's fantastic. So now you're so in love with photography. Do you see yourself doing anything else?
Yes. Yes. I'd be out there singing up on the stage if I didn't have stage fright.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Yes. So what do you sing? Do you sing in the shower? Do you sing in the shower?
Yes.
Oh, could I interest you in a song?
No.
I kind of saw that coming.
I'm glad where this is actually going, because this is the reason why I got into photography. The camera was kind of like something for me to go behind. To go behind. So it's and I every single person that goes in front of the camera, I do absolutely respect to the max, because it's very hard to stand in front of the lens. It is much easier to hide behind the lens. And yes.
Thank you, Martha. Thank you. We're going to meet you. We're going to now meet my third guest who's joining us on the show. Please welcome on Sharing with Yemi, Damilola. Hi, Dami. It's great to have you on the show.
Hi, Yemi, and how's everyone doing?
Everyone's doing, and you're sideways.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh boy, tell me about it.
I know. Now you look fantastic. So I suppose as a professional, for you, it's always about angles, the right angles.
You can say that again. You can say that again every single time.
I have to be sure that you are at the right angle right now. So tell us, who is Dami? Who is Damilola?
Well, I'm a Nigerian by birth. I'm a photographer. I'm a trained architect, and went into photography several years ago, eons ago. I started off as a hobby, and it's something that has taken me all over the world right now.
Oh wow!
So from Nigeria to, I beg your pardon?
Photography is taking you across the globe.
Oh yes. I do, destination shoots across the world. Mm-hmm. So this guy who studied architecture has gone into photography. And the good thing is that I also work with architects who are still practicing. So I do a lot of architecture photography as well.
So how did you get in? I mean, from architecture to photography, how did you get involved in photography?
I've always been someone who is artistically inclined, creative in my thought processes and all of that. So when I was going to start off school, I didn't really know that photography was going to be the end result. So I wanted something that would challenge my artistic, thinking. So I went into architecture, and while in architecture, I just picked up the camera, and there was a class project we had to do, which required photography. So that was what kicked off the whole passion, right from there. And bingo, here I am today.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, what I'm hearing from all of you is that sometimes passion leads you in the direction you never expected to go.
Exactly.
You study one thing and you find yourself doing another thing. And that seems to be the story for every single one of you. I'm going to bring the other guys back. We have Paul joining us back, and I'm going to bring Marta back on as well now. And I mean,
awesome.
For me, you see, I started something else, and I find myself doing other things as well, So passion is key to everything that
Yes, it is.
It's key. Now, Paul, there was a question for you from one of our audience, and I'm going to ask you that question. You remember that beautiful bunny of yours that would show the earlier on. So one of our audience and viewers had asked, did the bunny pose for that picture?
Well, the bunny did not pose for the picture.
So you just got that picture organically?
Organically, no.
Oh,
But
wow.
but the beautiful thing about photography is once you have a subject that you want to take the photo of, you can always focus your camera to that subject, and
Mhm.
we have all the things like zoom that you can zoom from whatever angle you want it and take your shot. So the bunny didn't see me, and
Oh,
I saw it from afar, but I basically zoomed it closer to me because if I move close, it's going to go away. So,
oh, yeah.
Mm.
yeah. So that's one of the beautiful things about photography.
Okay, I'm going to ask this one person there whose Facebook, I suppose, is playing back. So if you could turn down the volume of your Facebook, because it's a re-echo. Yeah, I think we're back now. That's fantastic. No, I can still hear myself. So if you have the volume on of your Facebook on, if you just reduce it, and if you can just hear me, then that's great. And you sound brilliant on
Mhm.
Facebook anyway. So that's fantastic. So we have a number of
Mhm.
people who have joined us, and people are saying hello, great to see you here. Thank you guys for joining us. If you're just joining in, this is Sharing with Yemi. And I've got fantastic guys here with me today who are photography gurus. Today is our Business Thursday. And we're looking at photography as an innovative and creative idea that you already are involved in, but you don't realize it. You've got your phone, you take pictures all the time, but you don't realize how innovative you could be with that phone you have in your hand, or with that camera you have in your hand. And no better time to even start getting a bit more creative than now.
Mm.
We're all
Yeah.
indoor, right? We're
Mhm.
all
Mhm.
indoor. So I'm going to ask you
Supposedly.
guys, supposedly, I know in some places. So Noel O'Rourke says, hi, Marta Nash. Noel says hi to you. Marta photos sure shows emotions. That's from Damilola. Very good. I've got Okpeye saying clean shots of Damilola, Damell, Elliott. And I have to say, all your pictures are so clear. And perhaps that's where I'll start from. Sometimes we take pictures. Yeah, sometimes we take pictures and we
Mhm.
always just worry about, oh, it's not clear, it's not bright enough, it's not showing the different angles we wanted to show. And my daughter taught me something a couple of
Mm.
years ago. She told me that if I'm taking a picture with my phone, the
Mhm.
first thing I have to do is to clean the camera,
The lens.
the
The
lens. Yes,
lens.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm looking for. She said, clean the lens, mom. Just get a piece of cloth and clean the lens. And the
Mhm.
reason being, you could have done this on your lens without realizing that your finger touched it. And then you
Mhm.
leave a
Yeah.
little imprint and it makes your picture blurry.
Yeah.
So let's start from the point of clarity in photography. How do you
Yeah.
make pictures very clear? I'll start with you, Dami.
Oh, well, first of all, let me go back to blurry photos, right?
Yeah.
Now, taking blurry pictures is not a photography sin if
Okay.
that was your intention from the start.
Okay.
Yes, if that was your intention from the start, all right, you could actually be communicating so many things. Like there's something called bokeh, Bokeh.
Okay.
So there's so many things. So taking blurry photos is not necessarily wrong if that was your intention. Now, if it happened accidentally, now that's where you have an issue.
Well, I can
Okay,
guarantee
so
you a lot of the pictures that are blurry on the phone.
I know. So when it comes to taking sharp photos, the
Yes.
key factor there is your lens. Your
Mm.
lens is actually, in layman's terms, the eyes. So if you have good vision, right, your eyes, you don't have to be 20/20 vision anyway, but you
Mm.
have good vision, you can equate that to having a good lens that would see things clearly. So once you have a good lens that works well, then you're sure to have good photos. That's the first start. The second part is to now understand what your lens can do. There's so many factors. You have what you call your aperture, your shutter speed. That's getting more technical and all of that.
Exactly. Bring it down to layman.
So in simple English, right? Assuming you're using your phone, not your $5,000 piece of equipment, your regular phone, ensure that your camera lens is clean at all times. It's void of fingerprints, void of scratches, right? Because sometimes you toss it in your bag, in your pocket, and your pocket has keys, extra keys and all of that. That could scratch your screen and your camera lens. And that would definitely affect the output of your photos.
That's something we never really think about. We just throw our phones in the bag.
No, you should. You should start thinking about that.
The kitchen sink is in the bag. We don't realize that it's damaging our phone.
It is. And the moment you want to take that fantastic picture of your daughter's, wedding or something, and you see one line across, and you're like, where did that line come from? Well, it was from the scratch of your car key, so, you just have to be wary of things like that. So if you're going to put your phone in your pocket, make sure you don't have coins or keys or any sharp objects in there. Same thing if you're going to put your phone in your purse or in your bag.
Okay.
And I would also advise you get a phone case. That would help, because with the case, it gives a bit of depth to where your phone camera lens is.
Okay. So, Marta, I'm going to come to you, Marta.
Yes,
I know you play around with light a lot when you take your pictures. What role does that play in taking pictures?
What role? Yes.
What role does light play in pictures, in the quality of pictures?
Oh, I mean, light. I think light is probably the most important. I mean, if you look at our light now with our cameras, daylight, ambient light, it's the most. So I think as amateur photographers, because let's say that we're starting from scratch and we want to so light is number one. So before you even take a photo, you kind of look around and see, okay, where is my light? What kind of light am I dealing with? Am I dealing with dark conditions? Am I dealing with light conditions? Where is the sun? Where's the where is my light? So that is number one that you should always ask yourself, where's my light? And then you work around, I think. Now, again, just like Demi said, things can be intentionally photographed the opposite way, the wrong way. That's only if you do it intentionally. But it's very important. Probably one of the best. And here is our example in terms of, we're all online now and we're using even cameras. So that's a good tip. Even when you're FaceTiming each other, find your light. Before you even go and take photos on FaceTime. Find your light. Where is the light?
Thank you for that. So, Paul, there's a question here from one of our viewers. Says, what makes one a good photographer? Paul, what makes a person a good photographer?
Well, I would answer the question saying anyone could be a photographer first.
Okay.
Now, what makes you... Yes, anyone can be a photographer. Anyone, irrespective of your background. But what makes you a good photographer? I would say you're looking at your image, or having an idea of having an idea of what you want to take. Like if you want to take a photo of a landscape, what do you want in that photo? For me, I could sit at home and have an idea of, I need a photo of the moon and the sea with the city in it. Wow. And it is divided into 3 parts, basically. At what angle do you want to take that photo? It's important. You can stand in front of your image or your subject and take the photo, and it could be fine. But you could be at an angle and basically comes out better. sometimes you could decide to take the photo as a portrait, which also could give more depth into your image and more clarity. So, for you to be a good photographer, you need to have an idea of what you want first inside your head and position yourself at the right point where to take the photo.
Okay.
And focusing more on the subject. Because sometimes also you could want to take a photo of a tree and you have all the things around it. And those ones could be a distraction.
Are you able to focus on a subject with your phone? Is that possible?
Yes, focus on the subject first. Every other thing would basically align around it. But sometimes people just take shots without thinking of what they want to take.
You are so right. What we do as amateurs is we take shots. We don't focus. There's no focus when we're taking the photograph. Everyone is in it, or we're in it, and that's the bottom line. So there's no focus really.
Yes.
Well, that's a really good one. And what I'm hearing is, if you can visualize it, you can do it. You can deliver it. Once you have the visual in your mind, then you have to focus on it, and then you can deliver it.
Exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you very much. What's the difference between subjects and object? Dami, that's a question from one of our audience. What's the difference between subject and object?
Would be the subject is your primary focus. That's what your that's it's like that is what your attention should be on. That's your subject. That's your so to speak, your client, so to speak. Yeah. So, and the object could be anything else. Imagine you're shooting an abstract scenario. All right, you could have an object or have several objects, but still have your subject in the midst of all those objects. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Say, for example, now you're in the city of New York or somewhere in California or in Lagos, for example, and your subject is the lady who is hawking some bananas. She's your subject, right? But the way you want to tell the story, you want to tell that story in relation to several objects in the whole atmosphere, the whole environment. So you could take your subject against skyscrapers, against traffic, against the sky. You understand? So that is your subject, and anything else are just objects. Okay? So that's one way to look at it. I hope it's clear enough.
Absolutely. Well, it's clear to me. So your subject is what you focus on.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then the objects are the surrounding.
Could be anything else.
It could be anything. Could be anything.
Anything.
Oh, very good. Very good. You see, we never really think of these things. I mean, it's like when I asked Paul earlier there about being able to focus on a subject with our phone, and he said that's absolutely possible. But we don't think about these things. We just want to take shots, like he said. And I suppose this being at home now is an opportunity for us to start to do magic with our phone. We never really think of ourselves as people who are able to do different, diverse, crazy things and interesting things with our phone. So being at home is an opportunity to do something with our phone. So Marta, I'm going to come to you. I have a question here from somebody, an audience, who says, how did you discover photography? And do you think people understand the true value of photos? I mean, you've explained there how you discovered it, but so you can maybe Damilola wasn't there when you started, and so we can just touch on that very briefly. But people really appreciate the value of pictures, of photos.
This is such a great topic that I don't think we have enough time for this, really. But such a good topic. Ever since digital, yes, the value of photography, the value of someone taking a photo has decreased. However, it's taking a photograph, working as a professional photographer, working in this field is just like, sometimes I call myself more of a tradesman. Do you know? So it's also a trade as well. Okay, we have many hairstylists. We have many tradesmen that I think it's not all about, we always think that we're all artists, but if you bring in that the trade, and if you can prove that you're different than another trade down the road, it's just like with any other trade. It's a struggle, but it's I'm looking for a word here. It's a very good question. It's very definitely undervalued. However, it's been going on for so many years now that it's just a matter of proving why am I different than another photographer. And I think that we live in this world now where we need to stand out, I think.
And stand to differentiate. Okay, so I'm going to ask you, Marta, what makes you different from any photographer?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it actually took me, do you know what? It actually took me 10 years to come to that. Because I felt when the digital came in and it really hit the market, and when people started replacing photographers with their own cameras, I kind of went, okay, shoot, I'm going to be out of business here. So it actually took me 10 years to sit down and draw it down. And I actually, if you can see these photos behind me.
Yes, I see them behind you there.
Yes, I actually had to print them out and look at them to see what makes me different. And then I came to realization that it's the personality I bring in the photographs. And I think it's the fact that again, what I mentioned, that it's led by intuition, but also the mood. So if we're in a good mood, and if the subject is in a good mood or in a bad mood, it just comes out. So the personality. So I say I inject personalities in my photos, whatever the personality is. So that's my,
and that is so key. That's so key. That's your unique selling point. That's what makes you stand out when you're different. Dami, what makes you different as a photographer?
My approach to photography, my style, my thought process, basically. I approach each assignment, so to speak, or each project with a different perspective every time. And one thing I always try to do is try to treat each subject or each assignment, as you would have it, as unique. As a photographer, I get to always think on my feet because there are never two scenarios that are ever going to be the same. So the approach for dealing with assignment A, you can't bring it into assignment B. You might take a few tips here, but you always have to think on your feet. So my style, I approach each subject the way I deem fit to best interpret it, because as a photographer, I've come to realize that my only mode of communication is my photography. That's what it is. My work. That's what it is. And you should be able to feel my emotion. You should be able to feel my thought process, what I was thinking when you see my photos.
Oh, wow. And you can actually really do that with photos, because sometimes I look at some pictures and I just go, wow. They just stand out straight away, and you're wowed by the power that comes through. I mean, just looking at all the pictures you guys take, some of the ones that I showed earlier, they're all so powerful and they speak volumes. And the one thing that resonates across yourself and Marta is your personality. That's what I'm hearing from both of you, that you bring a little something of yourself that makes you stand out. Paul, tell us what makes you stand out as a photographer.
What makes me stand out is the story I'm able to tell without saying anything. the hope I can bring back to someone's life just by taking a photo. Recently, I took a photo of a bird, and I was just taking a walk. And basically, here too, there's a lockdown here, but I just wanted to take a walk, and I saw this bird on a branch singing, and I took the photo. And to me, it signified hope that even in this situation, a bird can sing. So no matter what is going on, we should be able to sing, see the positive side of what's going on. And I posted it online on my Instagram, and I told the story that there is hope in all these things. So the message I'm being able to pass around to people, the love and the love I'm able to share through my photo is what makes me stand out.
Oh, wow. Can I tell you something really interesting, Paul?
Yes.
Which just, in the minute you said, I tell stories with the pictures I take, the hair at the back of my head just went like that. And I'll tell you why. Every time I contract a photographer, perhaps to take pictures of an event that I'm organizing, the one thing I always say to them, they would tell you, those who worked with me, they're listening, they would tell you, the one thing I always say is, the pictures you take must tell a story of this event so that whoever wasn't here will wish they were here.
Yeah.
That's what I always say. Just make sure that the pictures you take tell the story of this event that makes the people who didn't come wish they were here.
Yeah.
And that it's exactly what you're saying, that it tells a story, and it should be able to tell a story.
Yes.
And that is just brilliant, really. Well done. So
Thank you.
what I'm hearing from you guys is that every photographer has their uniqueness.
Yes.
Am I right in saying that?
Yeah.
Very good. So I have a few more questions here from people who've just joined us.
Okay.
Somebody's saying, I've got Toasty Popola joining us. She says, saying something with your photo without speaking or uttering a word. Now that's powerful. Is that something that you do as well, Marta?
Please.
Is that something you would do as well? Taking pictures that when people see it, you don't say a thing, but the pictures say the words.
Oh, your questions are good. Good questions. I consider myself more of a portrait photographer.
Okay.
So it's a little bit for me. I find it's not harder. It's just I think it's different. It's different. It's a different challenge than, let's say, a documentary or let's say street photography or any. So it is. So I focus on working with the subject. There was actually a really good question somewhere in the comments from one of the audience. So my challenge, it's not even a challenge. Well, it is a challenge. It's to work with the subject, pick up the vibe, and see. As I always say at every session, I guarantee nothing. Nothing. But for me, it's more working with the subject. I do, however, agree, and I have to say, Yemi, I do agree that when you look at the photo, if you were to pick up a photo, I actually have a photo here under the scanner, but if you were to pick up a photo, even if it's a portrait, and you go, okay, hang on, and even if it makes you stop for a second and go, wait, what is she wearing? Or if that photo can make you stop for a second and think about it or look at it, it's a good photo. That's all.
Wow.
That's all.
Oh, wow.
So whether it's a portraiture or street or architectural, if it makes you stop and pause, it's a good photo.
It's a good photo. So educate us, right? And I'm asking all of you here now, what kinds of photography are they? I mean, I had Marta there mentioning portrait and landscape and, all these names. I don't know if they're genres. What kind of photographers are there out there? What are the different types that are out there? Dami?
photography and cover different genres. So you have architecture, you have portrait, you have landscape, you have food photography, you have concert photography, you have abstract photography, you have pet photography, you have baby photography. I mean, you have bridal photography. I mean, name it.
Are
It's
you
you can
saying?
even create your own. You have
Oh,
macro photography,
oh wow.
and
So does it
macro
mean that
photography.
focus on a certain style of photography and make that your area of expertise? Is that what it
Exactly.
means?
Exactly. For example, all your biology textbooks, and you see photos of a fly, a butterfly, an insect, and you can see the eyes.
Yeah.
That's macro photography, right? It's not, you don't just use
Oh.
your regular phone, or there's certain specifics to taking photos like that, right? So you have different
Hmm.
genres. There are people who focus on sports photography. If not for COVID-19, we would be talking about the Olympics in June or July. So there's sports photography, there's name it. There's so many.
Wow. So I can decide now that I want to be a tree photographer and start taking pictures of tree. Okay, that's nature, isn't it? That's nature,
Nature,
right?
excellent,
And start taking
excellent.
pictures of nature.
Excellent. That's
Oh
it.
wow, that's
hmm
interesting.
You could do
Oh,
anything,
interesting.
anything. Some people, they just would love to photograph sunsets. That is their focus. You don't see
I have a
anything
friend who
other than
does that.
sunsets.
Yeah. Okay, so
So,
somebody
mhm,
here, I have an audience here who said, this is Ayo Hope. Asuko says,
okay.
I disagree with you, your last phase, that every photographer has a uniqueness. Okay, so Ayo says, I hardly see people say, I am a portrait photographer, just like Marta just said now. So
Mm,
I
mm,
suppose Ayo is right there because you don't have a lot of people saying, oh, I am a landscape photographer, I'm nature photographer. When you need
yes.
a photographer, people just jump in and that's it. They want to do the work. Isn't that just so? So Marta has just there described herself as a portrait photographer.
Mhm.
Yes.
But you
Yes.
don't have a lot of photographers saying that about themselves. Why is that so, Paul? You've said there the kind of the pictures you like to take. You like to take landscapes. Am I right?
Yes, yes,
hmm
landscapes.
Landscapes and things like that. So, would you consider yourself a landscape photographer, but yet you take pictures of animals?
Yes, I take photos of animals because I love animals.
Okay.
But my interest mostly is landscape. Main reason is um, New Zealand has got a very beautiful landscape,
Mm,
beautiful, extremely beautiful landscape, and sometimes just standing and just looking at it and enjoying the moment. For me, it's fulfilling, and just taking that photo is breathtaking.
uh,
So, and I think that was one of the first things I started with the photography, and I think I loved it. And animals came along later, where I also wanted to capture their moments. Also, yes. So one can be anything, whatever you want, and sometimes it could be very flexible. So you could be a portrait like Marta, but later just have a second interest in micro photography. It all
mm,
depends on you. Yeah.
mm. Thank you very much. I have people. So someone here says, "Oh, this is a master class." Well, I suppose, but we have people, we have amateurs in here who are attending the photography master class. So you're getting this for nothing, okay? And
Okay.
I hope that you do something with it. Okay, guys, so this is what I'm hoping that we will be able to do for everyone who's watching. We're going to set a challenge for you, right? And
mm.
this, we're talking about us being indoor. We're all locked in, as it were. I don't want to say we're locked down, but we're all indoor. We're supposed to be indoor. Um, the question is, what are we really doing? What things are we doing that are creative enough? Are we just doing the same old routine? We sleep, we eat, we wake up, we go for a walk,
Mm.
we come back. we sleep, we eat. Marta, you're raising your hand there. We help the kids with the homework and all that bit. It's the same old routine. So we decided, the four of us, right, when we're preparing for the show, that we're going to give you guys, if you're watching, we're going to give you a challenge. And it's a photography challenge. And it's simple enough. Now, the first rule is the pictures must be taken with your phone. Your phone, that's it. Don't pull out your, like Dami said earlier, don't pull out your $5,000 for the camera. Not allowed, you're disqualified. So it has to be your phone, your simple, everyday, regular use phone, right?
Yes,
and
exactly.
The challenge then is you are going to take a picture focusing on a subject. Now, you've had the master class. You have to now show that you understood everything you've been taught today. Am I saying this right, guys?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are.
So, going by what our gurus have taught us today, you're going to focus on a subject, ensuring that there are other objects in the background. Oh my God, I'm a good photographer myself. I think so. Your task, the challenge, is to focus on a subject, but ensuring that there are other objects in the background. So we want to see proof through your phone, because we've been told that with our phone, we can focus on a subject. We want to see proof that we've been able to learn how to focus on a subject. And then that picture must say something without saying anything. Now, so we've kind of put everything we've learned so far into this one challenge. You must have a subject. Yes, Marta, go on.
Can I just say something before I actually forget? This is actually in relation to the challenge. One thing that before we finish the session, I want everybody. This is just to leave you with this one tiny little advice, and we will all agree. We talked about angles. Paul mentioned angles. Dami mentioned angles. I don't think I mentioned angles, but guys, when you're gonna take up this challenge, change your angle. Go down. If you're photographing children, see the world through a child perspective. Get down, change your angles. We tend to photograph from here, and we just photograph everything, and we take snapshots.
True.
Get down, go high, whatever. It's all about the angle. Challenge yourself to find a new angle.
It's all about the angle, guys. Rabban says, "Come again, Yemi." Well, do you know what? I'm going to repeat the challenge. If you didn't hear it before, this is the challenge. The challenge is you're going to use your phone. So no cameras. It's simple enough. You're going to take your regular everyday phone, and you're going to take a picture or pictures. It doesn't have to be one, right? And I want every single person who is listening to actually do this challenge. Somebody's asked, do we send the pictures now? Hold on. Okay. The instructions are coming. We're getting very excited. I love this. Take your phone and take pictures or a picture. Now, this is what you're going to do when you're taking those pictures. Marta already said, don't just go and take a picture and just do shot. No. Change your angles, bend down. You're taking a child, go to the level, look up, change, it's all angles, right? Different angles. So that's one thing you have to focus on. Then make sure you have a subject. We've had a masterclass in how you can focus on a subject. Make sure you have a subject, but ensure at the same time that there are other objects in the background. So don't just go and put a cup just in the blank white space and you say, that's my subject. Nah. So make sure there are other things. But we want to see how you can focus on that cup with other things being in the background, right? Yes. And this is how you're going to send your picture. You're going to post your picture on Instagram. Yeah, you are going to post your picture on Instagram, right? Post it on your page on Instagram using the hashtag sharing pics with Yemi. I'm going to just type that out so that you can see it. Sharing pics being PIX. Sharing pics. I'm going to just go on and type that so people can see it.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm going to tell them they didn't know what that was. So I'm going to type this in straight away. Fat fingers. Oh my goodness. Sharing pics with Yemi. So there you've got sent that. And that's the hashtag you're going to use. And you post that on your Instagram and we will find all those pictures. So whether they are 10 or they are 20 or they're 100, it doesn't matter. So long as you use that hashtag, and I'm sure you can see that hashtag, sharing pics with Yemi, we will find it and we will pick the best. How many are we picking, guys? How many pictures are we picking? The best what, 20, 30?
Well, let's see. Let's see. Maybe the best 10.
10.
The best 10?
10.
Oh.
But if it will be 10, then it will be best to limit the number of entries per participant.
Okay, you think so? Okay. You think so? Do you know what? Let them keep it coming. Don't worry. Let them keep it coming.
Awesome.
You guys
pick the best 10. One person might have 7.
Pick the best with one eye open. So send your pictures and make sure that send it to Instagram, not Facebook.
Yes,
Instagram. And when you have all that sent in, the deadline, you've got 3 days, right, guys?
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you've got the weekend, the entire weekend to do this. So you've got the weekend. So you've got today, Saturday, you've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days, right? 3 full days and maybe a half day today. You've got the rest of today. You've got Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to play around with whatever pictures you want to take and use that hashtag. Post on Instagram. We're going to pick the picture, the best 10 pictures. We're going to, first of all, show them here on Sharing with Yemi next Thursday.
Awesome.
And then the 10 winners are going to get sessions with these 3 gurus who are with us today. So you get to ask them questions, you get a session with them on Zoom or whatever avenue, whatever platform you want to meet with them, and you get to ask questions and brush up your photography expertise. So you never know where that might take you. Perhaps in the next year or 2, you might be charging people 1,000 euros to take just one side of their face.
You never know.
So, okay, so what's happening here? People are here saying, please pick 20, not just 10. Please pick 20. Guys, over to you. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I missed your question.
Okay, we have people watching and they're saying, can you please pick 20 best pictures, not just 10? Most people says 20, please. Elliott says 20, please. Guys,
it seems the 20s have it. All those in favor say aye. All right. Awesome.
Okay, so we're picking 20. Very good. This is what they say about ask and you shall receive. So you guys have asked and you've received. So we're picking 20 best pictures. So keep the pictures coming. Put the hashtag in. And I tell you something, for all the pictures that are sent in, I will share that. I will guarantee you. Once I see it on the hashtag, I will share them on my Instagram page, which is Sharing with Yemi. Share them all on the Instagram page. And then these gurus will pick the best 20. And this top 20 people will get time with these gurus to brush up their photography skills, and you never know where that might go. And you might start a business with that. Who knows?
You never know.
Guys, it's been amazing having you here on the show today. Chika Emmanuel said, how many landscape photographers do you sell photographs? I think this question is probably, let's see now. Oh, no. It's for somebody else who was watching the show. Somebody had asked earlier on before we go. I think I might just bring that question back because I thought it was an interesting question, an important question. The person asked what's the difference between photographer and photo. I can't. Let me search for it. I think it's disappeared somewhere in between all of the. It was something about what's the difference between photography and photo. Is there a difference?
Well, I think photography is the act or the process, so to speak, and photo is the result.
Ooh,
I think that's the easiest way to answer that question.
Pretty straightforward. Photography is the act, photo is the result. Very good.
Yeah,
Very good.
I mean, straightforward.
Okay, so before we go, we're coming close to the end.
I think Marta wants to say something.
Just one more thing, guys. I've been wanting to share this since from beginning, and it kind of popped in my head. I took a walk before the show, and I never stop, and I never look. I don't even know how to photograph flowers and bees and things like that. But there's just two things. If I can ask everybody who's joined in this conversation. Number one, stop for a second. Just look around. The things that I witnessed, the things that I saw today were the amount of flowers, the way people are walking, just everything. Stop for a second and observe. This is the time. We have the time to do that. So stop and observe a second. And number two, print.
If you
this is the time to print. We have the time. We can do it online. They will deliver it so that it's contactless. Take the time to print because their memories, whatever we photograph, memories need to be printed. So take the time, observe, and print. That's all I wanted to say.
That's an interesting thing you just said there, Marta, because people don't print anymore. No. Because we have the cloud. You can save in cloud and save all these different avenues. So people don't bother to print anymore. But you've said here that people should print. What's the importance of that? Of printing the pictures?
I didn't realize when the digital came, I myself got lost. I didn't really know what I was photographing until physically. This is what I had to do myself. Now, these are not memory-making photographs. This is my work. But for me, I had to look. We have to look and we have to touch. We have to look at things. When we're photographing, just making memories, it's so important. It's so important to feel. I think it's so important to display. We need to touch. We need to look at. Touch as well.
I completely agree. I've got pictures in my house. Yes, Paul. This feels like a real class. I mean, like I have you guys going like that. This is fantastic. Yes, Paul. 1 second, Paul. You were on the mute. So yes, Paul, I can go and I can hear you now.
I read a book recently, and the author said there are 3 things that can make your life very meaningful. First, or 3 hobbies that you need to have to make your life meaningful. First, an hobby that makes money for you. So it could be your 9-to-5 job. An hobby that keeps you fit. So probably doing exercise. The third is an hobby that makes you creative. Photography is one thing that can really bring out your creativity. No matter what.
It literally has those 3 things, doesn't it?
Yeah, that makes your life meaningful. So if you need something that would bring out the creativity in you, photography, I would recommend.
Oh, wow. Very good. Okay, so guys, if you're watching, right, we're about to wrap up now. This is your first picture that you should take. I'm asking you now, get your phones out. Get your phones out and take a picture of your screen with the 4 of us on the screen. I want to see the most creative person taking the best angles. So bring out your phones and take a picture of this screen that you're watching in front of you with the 4 of us, that you can see the 4 of us, and pick your subject. I want to see, it's interesting to see which one will be your subject. with all of us. My phone. Where's my phone? I better leave an example. So I'm focusing. I bet you guys better be doing this as well. Let me see. What is my subject? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. It's coming up. Yeah.
Marta. It's coming up. Very good. So that's your first. You make sure you post that photograph as well,
Awesome.
with whichever other picture.
Good, Dami. Good.
Absolutely. So, guys, do this challenge. I think it's interesting. I think it's great. I think get the kids involved. Get the kids involved. Make sure you get the kids involved. It can be crazy, but you'll be surprised how much they would love it. Let them give you ideas. Tell them what challenge you're doing, and let them. Their creative juice is unbelievable. So they will suggest things to you that you never even thought about. So get the kids involved. Is that okay, guys? It's been so wonderful having the three of you here with me and sharing with Yemi today. I wish we could go on and on. This is photography 101. You know. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
you for having me.
Well done for the great work that you do. Keep inspiring, keep taking those beautiful pictures, and keep doing us proud in New Zealand.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dami, thank you so much. You're obviously a guru yourself. I'm looking forward to, I'm looking forward to the day when the three of you will I'll give the three of you a challenge to take a picture of me.
That'll be fun.
And we'll see the best.
That'll be fun.
The audience this time will be the judge, and they'll pick the best.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Dami. Well done. Keep doing us proud. Marta, you're an inspiration. Thank you so much. It's been lovely having the three of you.
Thank you.
God bless you, and have a really, really good evening. Thank you so much.
You too. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Thanks for
all the best.
Thank you. Guys, it's been so exciting having my guests, my three gurus on the show today. It's been a real photography masterclass, as one of the audience said. So you know what to do. Get into the challenge. If you're not sure what it is, play this back and you will hear what the challenge is. Post your pictures to hashtag sharing pics with Yemi on Instagram, and we will find it. And we will pick the best 20 pictures. Remember, use angles, get creative, use light, use everything that's available to you, and get the kids to, make suggestions to you. So we can be as excited as we want, or as sad and dull, as drabby as we want. One thing's for sure, photography is something that always puts a smile on the face. So let's get creative, get busy, as we're right in at home now with plenty of time on our hands. Let's do something creative with this. Thank you for joining me on our Business Thursday on Sharing with Yemi. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is our Fun Friday. Come ready to have loads of fun. God bless you. Have a great evening. Stay in, stay home, and stay safe. Bye.